Once your AI agents have access to headless browsers, everything changes. Because right now, even the best agents hit walls when they're trying to fetch live data from a real website, especially if those sites use client-side rendering, there's dynamic pages, single-page applications, anything that a simple fetch request can't handle. And at that point, your agent isn't really limited by its intelligence, it's limited by its tools. That's where the Browserless MCP comes in. You connect it once to Claude or any other MCP client, and suddenly your agent can interact with the live web using a real headless browser. In this video, I'll show you how to set it up with Claude and what it actually looks like when it works. Okay, so let's quickly get it connected. It's very simple. First, open Claude Desktop and go to Customize. Then click Add Connector and click on Add Custom Connector. You can name this MCP whatever you want. Just paste in the Browserless MCP server URL with your API token. If you want to pin requests to a regional endpoint like San Francisco, London, or Amsterdam, you can do so by adding the browser URL flag like so. That'll help you with latency if it's closer to you. Okay, so now that it's connected, you'll see the full list of tools now available to Claude, and you can refresh the list once in a while to see if we've launched new tools. Alright, let's break down what tools you have. First, they're split into two groups, read-only and write tools. You can decide which ones need approval and which ones are always allowed. On the read-only side, Smart Scraper, Export, Search, Map, Crawl, Lighthouse Performance Audit, and a Skill Loader. On the right side, you have Function, Download, and Agent, which allows your AI to write more custom code if your read-only tools didn't do the trick. And if you want to dig deeper into what each one does, the link to our docs is in the description. Claude can use any of these to get the job done. You don't even need to tell it which one to use. And if it makes a mistake, it'll just grab another tool and give it another go until it finds the data you need. Let's see that in action. Let's try a pretty common use case. We're gonna fill in a form. Let's tell our AI agent to go to this contact form. I'm just gonna give it my email, my message, and tell it to figure out the rest. So as you can see, this contact form has an email, this drop down, and it's gonna have to pick one of these. And then it has a message. It also has a CAPTCHA and it has a submit button. So let's see how it does. Sweet, so it went to the contact form, filled in my email, it picked something from a drop down, it input the message, it automatically solved the CAPTCHA, and it clicked on submit, and there's a successful message. So you can use this MCP to fill in a bunch of forms on arbitrary sites where you don't know what the selectors are gonna be. So it's really useful. So I'm gonna tell it to go to one of our scraping sample sites and tell me what I can improve from the site's performance. What it's gonna do is actually use the Browserless Lighthouse audit performance, and this can take a while. Cool, and as you can see, it just gives me the full breakdown, and it's saying that the scores are good overall, and it's telling me what gaps I have to fill. So I don't know, maybe you want to go and analyze a bunch of sites, and then based on this performance, ask your AI to come up with a plan to make it better, and then just pitch this to your client. Alright, so I'm gonna tell it to go to Scraping Sandbox and give me a JSON list of all the products that it finds across all pages, and to give me the name, price, and category. It decided to use our Browserless agent, so it's probably writing some code. Cool, it saw that there are 3 pages with 24 products. It ran into an issue, so it decided to use function. It's writing some Puppeteer code. If you want to see what it's doing exactly, you can click on result and it'll actually show you the code that it used and the result. And it fixed it automatically by itself. Sweet. Now it's giving me all the products on the site. Alright, so now I'm gonna tell it to go to Wikipedia and search for web scraping and give me all the links that it can find from that page. So it decided to use the Smart Scraper and to return the links. Sweet, it's done. So it actually gave me over 200 links that it found on the page. Those are a lot of links. These are just a few examples of what's possible. Test it out yourself with your own use case and let us know how it went in the comments below. At the end of the day, your agent is only as powerful as the tools you give it, and this one unlocks the entire internet. No more getting stuck on client-side rendering, dynamic pages, single page applications, or anything a simple fetch can't handle. If you want to get started, the link to Browserless is in the description. And if you want to go deeper on any of the tools we covered today, the docs are down there too. If you found this useful, please consider subscribing as we have a lot more coming on what you can actually build with this MCP. This was Alejandro. I'll see you on the next one.